Microplastics are becoming an increasingly important threat to the environment. Sports facilities with artificial turf pitches also make a major contribution. My name is Klaus Uwe, and I have been involved many years in rainwater treatment. Conventional drainage systems form a main path of microplastics into the aquatic environment. With the SPORTFIX CLEAN product, there is now an efficient solution to interrupt this discharge path. Artificial turf consists of synthetic fibers, which are woven in the form of an artificial turf mat. Due to the many advantages, artificial turf is being used more and more, for example, longer service life. Plastic particles, also known as infill material, are introduced into this artificial turf to improve playability and reduce the risk of injury. Infill is basically no different than microplastic. It is gradually discharged by gameplay and precipitation runoff. Depending on the type of facility, we are speaking of 200 kilograms up to 4 tons, which have to be replaced annually. This means that a lot of microplastics end up in the environment. The microplastic is transported via the sewer system into rivers and lakes and ultimately remains in the marine habitat. Over time, these plastic particles become smaller and smaller and are absorbed by the marine life. As a result, they enter the food cycle and end up on our plates. The SPORTFIX CLEAN product effectively prevents the discharge of artificial turf surfaces. The SPORTFIX CLEAN channel filter is completely installed around the playing field and collects the surface runoff with the plastic particles. Also, the large part that reaches the edge of the playing field during gameplay is safely collected by the system. The filter substrate used for filtration also meets the requirements of the DWA A178 and thus retains the finest particles, even the ones smaller than 63 of micrometer in diameter. There are two principles of operation in filtration: surface filtration and depth filtration. In surface filtration, the solids and pollutants remain on the surface. In depth filtration, the retention takes place within the filter substrate. Therefore, the surface filtration system is more efficient and easier to maintain. For this reason, the SPORTFIX CLEAN system uses the principle of surface filtration. With the deposition of microplastics and pollutants, SPORTFIX CLEAN guarantees absorption of large amounts of microplastics from the most important discharge parts due to the retention of microplastic in the channel body. Also, no further discharge is possible. In summary, the SPORTFIX CLEAN system represents a highly efficient solution for the retention of microplastics and at the same time is very low maintenance. Existing artificial turf surfaces can also be easily retrofitted with the system. The big advantage, therefore, is the continued use of existing systems. I would gladly answer any questions you may have on this subject. Please feel free to contact me.